I love watching movies on a huge screen and I love 4K, but here's the dilemma. 4K TVs larger than 65 inches are incredibly expensive. So what about a projector? Well, up until last year or so, 4K projectors have also cost a fortune. But recently, some 4K projectors under $2,000 have come on the market, and one of the most interesting of those is the BenQ HT2550. It packs a new Texas Instruments DLP chip that uses pixel shifting to put a true 4K 3840 by 2160 image on the screen. It also supports the HDR10 standard. So how does the BenQ HT2550 hold up next to much pricier models from Sony and others? Pretty well, but there are a few caveats. The HT2550 is a nice looking projector and weighs less than 10 pounds. So it should fit in well with your decor and is small enough to take down for outdoor summertime projections. Setup is straightforward. There's a 1.2x zoom lens and a keystone adjustment to correct distortion. Provided the center line of the lens is just above the top of the image, or below for a table setup, the picture should be perfectly square. I have a 4K cable box and a 4K Chromecast Ultra. Both devices require an HDMI 2 port for 4K and HDR, but unfortunately there's only one of those on the HT2550. So I also needed to buy an HDMI 2 switch. The pixel shifting DLP tech is kind of a cheat, but it's a good cheat. The 1080p chip shifts 4 times per image up to 60 times per second, so the HT2550 puts a true Ultra HD 4K image on the screen. There has been much debate about the benefits of 4K over Full HD, but for me, the 4K picture is much sharper. The HT2550 is not the brightest projector and the contrast levels are only fair, but that's typical of DLP models. Other than that though, it looks pretty great. If you take the time to do some minor adjustments, you can get excellent color accuracy. Tweaking also improves the results with HDR. Shows like Stranger Things have more pop and greater detail in highlights and dark areas with HDR. HDR10 doesn't produce results as good as Dolby Vision, but it's better than a standard image in my opinion. Now for the bad parts. The BenQ HT2550 displays a gray band of light several inches around the image because of the way the DLP chip works. That can be particularly distracting if you have white walls like I do. It also has a fair amount of fan noise. You can operate it in quiet mode to calm down the fans, but that also reduces light output. On the plus side, it has one of the better built-in speakers I've ever heard on a projector. In sum, BenQ's HT2550 projector met my expectations considering the $1,500 price. While it's not as bright and contrasty as the $1,800 Optoma UDH60 or Epson Home Cinema 4000, the 4K sharpness is great and the colors are punchy and accurate. Provided you can tolerate the light leaking and fan noise, I would hardly recommend it as a budget 4K projector.